I'm Stacey. I'm Joanne. I'm Kayleigh. Wait till I tell you.
Welcome to Wait Till I Tell Ya, the podcast where the stories are dramatic, opinions are loud, and the details probably unnecessary, but you're going to get them anyway. Okay, this is where we unpack the chaos, the everyday life, dating disasters, unhinged confessions, there's a few of them, the did that really just happen moment, and the things we absolutely should have kept in the group chat. Nothing's too petty, nothing's too messy, and nothing is off limits. If you've ever started a story with wait till I tell you what happened, and then needed a full hour to explain it, then you're in the right place. So grab your drink, silence your notifications, settle right in, because trust me, this is only the beginning. Girls, you know what time it is?
What time is that?
Our ick list.
Wait till I tell you, it is time. Don't you meet somebody and you're like, okay, they're like way too perfect. They tick all the boxes, they fit every bit of criteria you need. And then they do one tiny little thing and you're like, that's it. I'm done. I just can't. You have that like shutdown moment, Wi-Fi disconnected, attraction, zero, gone. Welcome to the ick list. The segment where we cover the oddly specific, mildly irrational, and absolutely hilarious things that make us recoil for, I suppose, no good reason really. This is a judgment-free zone. That is, unless you are the type of person who chews with your mouth open while you eat, you clap on the plane lands, or you say espresso. There is no X there. We might have to have a little chat to them. Every week we will be breaking down the icks. Ours, yours. So buckle up, because wait till I tell you. Now, I'm going to start with a mild ick this week because I feel like, let's just tease it in gently here.
Yeah.
Do you know when you're going out to a restaurant? Now, it doesn't even matter who you're with, your friends, your family, you could be going solo for a coffee or whatever. My one major ick in a person is how they treat the service staff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So have you ever been in that situation where maybe you're like sitting in the restaurant, having a cup of coffee, having a cup of tea, having a great chat, and you just like, sometimes it's just you hear it in the background and it just takes every ounce of power to not be like, stop being so rude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I just don't get why people think that they have the right to talk to people like that, and it's like, it's an ick in the sense that it actually turns my stomach,
I think. And working in hospitality for many years, it's one thing you probably see way too common.
way too much.
Way too common. And I think after COVID, the expectation was higher.
Yeah.
But that's a major ick. I got goosebumps when you even said that.
And that's it. It's like you said, the return to work after COVID was hard enough for staff because they had been so isolated, and they had, like, some people had a really close circle in that time that they might have only got to speak to one or two people. So coming back to work was already super daunting.
Yeah.
Without having to worry about this other side. But when people came back to the restaurants after COVID, it was like a shift in personality.
Yeah.
Almost like they didn't have as much of an appreciation for the job that we did or anything like that. And in saying that, like, when I returned to work after COVID, funny enough, I actually went into the hotel sector, into the restaurant. Yeah, so I was working as like a maitre d' / hostess, and like seeing it on the outside looking in as well, it's very hard not to say anything.
Oh yeah,
Completely.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
But to be honest, that's my ick. That's the first of many, but that is just my absolute disgust.
No go. 10 out of 10. Yeah. What about you, Kayleigh?
So my one it can be a touchy subject for some people. I don't like bad hygiene. I'm sorry, but I really can't stand bad hygiene. And I don't mean like if you're a sweaty Betty, you're a sweaty Betty. There's nothing that can be done about that. But at least you wash yourself and you put a deodorant on, you don't smell, you're sweating, right?
Yeah.
There's no issue with that. But it's the case of you are clearly not nearly said the F word, upset, but you're literally not washing yourself. Like, there's no need for it. Brush your teeth, throw a bit of water under there every so often, and any other nooks and cranny that you have, because by Jesus, there's some people and they just don't know. Like, lads, a bar of soap, they're not even €1.
Yeah.
If you have to use hand soap, fucking use it.
Where's the swear jar?
Excuse me.
Swear jar. Swear jar. 2 euro on swear jar.
But yeah, no, like bad hygiene is definitely one of my biggest aches, or just dirt in general. There is no need for it. No need for it.
Just dirt.
Yeah.
As in like dirty floors.
No, like obviously
Don't look down.
like everybody has like a little bit like, Jesus Christ, there's dust in my house, you know. You'll find dust and whatever else, and your house can be untidy, but there's a difference between untidy and pure filth and dirt.
I can feel the passion.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate dirt.
There's passion in mine now, wasn't there?
There definitely was.
Unhygienic and everything else. No. There's no time and place for it.
What hits with you when I said the word ick?
Me.
Like creepy crawlies.
Do you know, like I wrote down 2, okay? But one is probably, it's definitely, but chewing loudly like it's a competitive sport.
My goodness, yes.
Or the smacking of your mouth when you're eating, like the no, just
Chew and
no.
chug 'em.
No, thank you. Just no. Just you know, like see your lips, like like your jaws can still move with your lips closed.
Be wished. Stacey feels personally
Feeling
attacked.
a little
I just smack your mouth.
Feeling a bit targeted.
Do you Stacey, I shared a desk with you for almost 3 years. I don't ever remember you smacking your mouth.
My cousin definitely undiagnosed suffers with this condition. Like I would be, if I was even in the same room as her chewing chewing gum, I would just like get this death stare across her. She'd be like, close your mouth. Close your mouth. And I smack them out unintentionally. I don't do it on purpose.
I
remember
you. What do you say that about the chungum? Because if my mammy watches this, oh Jesus, she'll kill me. I hate my mother chewing chungum. She looks like a bitch. There's no other way of putting it. She's pure.
Oh yeah.
Faces of kind of like, I'm going to kill you. Kind of a look. I'm like, okay, get that out of your mouth.
Oh
my God.
Sorry, yeah.
How did I never
We're
notice?
literally having lunch after this, so I apologise in advance.
Pasta.
Yeah, more like a.
Oh no.
So do you eat spaghetti?
Do you eat spaghetti? Oh my God. Tell me you're a country without telling me. Do you eat spaghetti?
What is that got to do with this condition?
Yeah.
No, it's
slurping.
It's the
other people's.
But it's the slurping of the pasta.
Do you know what? That I can get over because you can kind of forgive a child for doing it. So I can like trick my brain into thinking it's only a child. But
Can't
just close your mouth.
I'm going to be so conscious eating lunch. I'm just going to.
Do you know what my other ick is? And it's really, really stupid. Do you know if you're texting somebody or if you're having an argument with somebody and they reply, hey.
Oh, or thumbs up.
No,
Just the thumbs
oh
up.
no, okay, just okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I get you.
It actually makes me, I develop a twitch. Like my body start, like don't know why. It's just.
I do get that though completely, because I remember even growing up as kids, we always did it. But if someone texted you back, hey, that was kind of like an indication like they're take which, and you'd be like, oh my God, like what did I do? They're like, none. You're like, K.
Or KK.
Oh, the thumbs up, KK. Like they all fall
like if somebody texts me a message, the other day you can use the emojis, so kind of a quick thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. The thumbs up, that doesn't bother me. But if it was just in a text message you're replying to, I'm like, will I go away? Oh,
yeah. But what waste of time is that?
Yeah.
Like
it's just rude.
Just ignore me then.
That. Just don't reply.
Ignore me.
Or just or at least have the decency to write a sentence. Okay, no problem.
Or thanks for that.
Thanks for that. No, that's
watch out, we're going to bug each other from here on in. All we're going to be sending each other is
no, I'm really afraid now to eat pasta with you.
I'm really sorry.
That's okay.
But I kind of assumed you'd know this. But yeah, okay.
And I used to chop up pineapple really nicely for you.
I know. Let's say pineapple, I could just put the whole thing in my mouth.
I wonder were you more conscious of it in the office?
Definitely.
Because I sat beside you. I wouldn't remember.
When I'm in enclosed spaces or like that, if I'm out for dinner with family and stuff like that, I'm definitely far more conscious.
Okay.
But if I'm at home having like a bagatelle or...
No, Stacey, no. Hard no.
Sorry.
Hard no.
Yeah, maybe I'll pass on lunch.
So, take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear, we probably should have kept to ourselves. Welcome to our confession corner. The segment where the secrets come out, the group chat gets exposed, and we admit the things we swore we take to the grave. Absolutely no judgment and no names. Just good laughs and a hint of questionable decision making. Maybe you sent a toxic text. Maybe you're sleeping with your boss. Or it's something so unhinged we have to pause and ask, Are you alright? We promise this is a safe place. Unload, unwind, settle down, get comfy. It only gets worse from here. Great. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. As I haven't made a confession since my communion.
It's not your confession.
Might as well laze ourselves into it. I know it's going to get dramatic and wild, so it will, but like, truthfully, made a confession since my communion.
Really?
And do you know what it was? Because I went to my Uncle John and I was like, what do you say to the priest? Like,
Yeah.
he goes, tell them you stuck your tongue out at me. So that's what I did.
Oh my God.
In the confessions, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I stuck my tongue out at my uncle when I was a child. Sure, I was only a child making me
When I
communion.
was a child.
No, honest to God.
Can I actually ask a question?
Yeah.
You know when you used to go into confession, like, it's very sketchy for me as well because I haven't done confessions in years. I actually can't remember when my last one was. Like, but like, do you remember you used to go in? Was there a prayer you had to say?
Going into confession.
Yeah.
I never did.
Was there not something, or maybe it was just that spiel of bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It has been
So many
since my last confession.
Yeah, it's just that kind of little spiel they have to say.
Well, it's been about
How weird is
18 years since I got.
I didn't know you had to say that. I just went in and I was like, hi, Father.
You did not.
I did. Hiya, Father.
Oh my God.
I said, what are we having for dinner? Yeah. Are you well? Because you're looking well. I'm joking, I didn't.
Unless you're with parish priest in Strawberry, then it's highly okay to say.
What? Yeah, because you're the youngest priest.
Youngest priest in Ireland. Do you know what I will say though? Like, for the youngest priest in Ireland, right? Easy in the eye, let's face it. Genuinely lovely guy.
He actually looks like great crack. I'd love to
Like,
have a few pints.
oh, I'd say he's great crack. Like,
He sings with the Timahoe
and the
choir.
Strawberry choir.
Dead right.
does he sing with the Strawberry
Strawberry choir. He's heavily involved in the GA.
Yeah.
He does he did like a really big community day out last year on the AstroTurf behind the primary school. And like bouncing castles, he had Tim Hope choir performing. Like, It was a really nice family fun day.
Yeah.
But the one thing I will say about him is he just has his hand in everything in the community. Like, he's so involved and invested.
But that's what you want.
And that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. I do think it's been a long time coming, but I think him coming in was probably the best.
Actually, wasn't he also on the Two Johnny's podcast?
Correct.
He was.
Well, look it. Father, if you need another day debut, come on and join us.
That was a confession, Father.
There we are. Jesus.
I'm sure he's heard a few funny ones, alright.
Yeah.
I wonder when priests give confession, like, how does that work? Do they like confess to each other?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. It's all a bit weird.
I wonder what they'd be taking the mick out of each other though. Probably.
Yeah.
Be like, Father, I know you made that one up.
Or do
You know what I mean?
or do they be like, Father, you won't believe who was in with me today.
Yeah.
Wait till I tell you.
Wait, no, me, the bishop was down.
He does one big quad.
That is too funny.
Oh, God. Anyway, so, Joanne, have you any confessions you'd like to confess?
I have like a recent one.
All right.
But I feel like this is something everybody does. And whether they admit to it or not. Do you know when you make plans with someone
Yeah.
and you're all for it when you're making plans?
Yeah.
And then you decide the day of, oh, I really don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I really don't want to do that. So yeah, of recent, a certain friend of mine who shan't be named, apologies, she's going to know who this is exactly when she sees this. But yeah, had like a day planned and then it sounded great at the time. And you know, the day of, I was not feeling it. So I just sent a message, said I wasn't feeling great and I was going to spend the day in bed. I did not spend the day in bed. I just kind of binged telly, went to the gym, brought the dog for a walk. I just wanted a bit of me time. I just needed like a check-in with myself and I was like, I don't want to people today.
Yeah.
Didn't want to people. So I might have told a little white lie and said I wasn't well. But I feel like that's quite a relatable one.
It is. Of course it is.
But I also then because I'm like a serial not killer, serial like serial like people pleaser.
Yes.
I felt really bad. So I'm confessing my sins.
Okay.
There you go.
I think it's quite relatable though. I think we've all done it. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
But I think what's important is having those that you know you can do it with.
Well, I think she knew.
Reading
I also think she knew.
Like, there's no way she's staying in bed today.
But she knows like Joanne doesn't even nap. She's definitely not. She doesn't go. She's not in bed. She's not in bed.
But she's doing something for herself. Like,
Yeah, and she knew that was okay. Do you know?
So it's fairly mild.
It is. Yeah. And
like,
I'm very good.
Too bad. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. I went to mass an awful lot growing up. Thanks, Father.
Would you have went to confession a lot?
No, not so much.
No.
No.
Like myself, not Central Communion.
No, not so much. I was a regular Sunday churchgoer.
Okay.
Yeah, because my nanny lived next door, so we had to bring nanny to mass every Sunday.
Yeah.
You couldn't really get out of not going to mass on
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah, up until probably like teenagers, really.
Yeah.
Every Sunday, without fail. Sunday best. Dinner at 1 o'clock as soon as you come in the door, and you're barely after letting the breakfast settle, you know. Yeah.
We were left at ourselves actually for church. I used to go with one of the neighbours. So there was neighbours that lived a row, and she was like, so we had neighbours on our row. There was 2 older brothers, and then there was me and a girl I used to be really good friends with, and we used to go up. So we used to knock on the door every Sunday morning, mass till 11:30. So you have to be in her house for 11. Did there at 11 o'clock, and she would sit down at the table and she would have €2 laid out for all of us for something after mass to get in the shop. So this one particular day we decided we didn't want to go to mass.
Blasphemy.
I know. So instead we went to the shop, we got her a few bits, you know, we were supposed to because it was always like a 1 and 2 50s, and you were supposed to put €1 into the box and have €1 for yourself. So we took it all for ourselves that day. I know. We went to the shop, we went down Hunter's Lane, which would be like a local place in Strawberry, and we ate all of our stuff, and that was fine. And someone had seen us, but we didn't know we'd been seen.
Scandalous.
So we got back to the house, and she asked us who had said mass. Of course, we said, as usual, it'd be Father Kelly. So you're like, Father Kelly. And they were like, she was like, no, Father Kelly was partly away. It was actually Father Green.
Oh,
Literally caught on. Literally caught on.
oh wow.
But like that, you watch mass. We went to mass for years, and like I'll do you one up on that because you all think you're real holy going to mass. I was a Eucharistic minister, and I did the readings at mass.
Well, I was an altar server. So
What's up was like?
yeah, well, did you do the gong?
I did the
Oh,
gong.
you did the gong.
I did. Wasn't that
Gong.
such a job?
It was a lot of pressure.
It was a lot of pressure.
I remember altar serving, and one of the girls dropped the gong. So it was like, they would have heard it in the fires of hell. They would have heard it in the fires of hell.
The gong was like that, like a fight in the sacristy before you went out. Like, who's hitting the gong? And everyone's like, I'm hitting the gong. And you'd be nearly racing to get down on the step first to hit the gong. And then like you had to watch the priest like a hawk to know when he said like the body of Christ.
It's like rolling up sleeves. This is my moment.
And like you had to get it bang on, because otherwise it was like, what's the point?
You were very holy altogether, going to mass and doing all these things.
Yeah.
And I barely attended.
No,
That's a young one. I did, absolutely. Yeah, we went with Nanny and Grandad. There was a friend of mine that if I was in her house on a Saturday or Sunday, we went to mass.
Yeah.
Like you, to bring the granny. Yeah, never kind of just as like mommy, daddy, me and Adele went to mass. No. And then I got older and I wouldn't, but Jesus, do you know what? I was a terrible child at mass. Anyway, I screamed it down. I walked in, it was like, did hell coming out of me? I screamed. I was about 9 before I sat quite in mass.
Yeah?
No, yeah.
God, no.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
I hate it.
No way. I'd be in big trouble now if that's the case.
Oh, no, you had to pay for
Like,
yourself.
you'd have the wooden spoon across the back of the legs now.
I'd be like, I went
to
to
mass.
Oh, no, I never got the wooden spoon.
Oh,
Threatened.
I'm
but
telling
never
you,
got
he was burning from the inside out going into mass.
Aye, it's the devil.
You know what it was? The devil was in
yeah.
him. Somebody once told my mother, bring that one home for manners on her.
3 Hail Marys and an Our Father for that.
Yes. Honest to God. Now,
My confession's very mild in comparison to yours. Yours is very...
she was getting... I told you it gets worse.
I mean, I
told you.
No, like mine is actually really, really. So do you know when you get like a really nice fresh loaf of bread out of Lidl or Aldi or whatever, really nice fresh loaf of bread.
Yeah.
You go home and you get the bread knife.
Oh, and you cut it real our size.
No.
Oh.
And you cut the bread.
Yeah.
And then you look at the knife and you go, does that really need to be fully washed in the dishwasher?
Oh, no. Give it a wipe.
No.
It's your confession.
It's really the best. I'm actually very innocent.
I do that. I mean, I never do that. No. I do that all the time.
All the time.
Look, it's dirty.
No.
It's dirty.
But see, everyone, like, people would have different opinion on that though. Someone would be like, oh my God, that's wrong.
It's like Joey and Friends after eating his cereal. He licks the spoon, he does this and throws back in the drawer. You licked! And you...
Yeah, no. That's milk. That's dairy products, no.
Yeah.
No, it's a no.
Yeah.
Unsanitary.
That's like an ick.
Wow.
Yeah, so very mild in comparison.
Yeah.
But like, it's like something that's an unspoken rule though.
I
So
appreciate
even
that.
though everybody does it,
No, just
don't stop it.
Allegedly.
It's because it's pushed under skin.
It's because all the crumbs are in the drawer.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, smite me.
Thank God. My God. What's our rating then, Kayleigh?
Right, so Joanne, you're all right. You're fairly mild. I'd say a Hail Mary and an Outlander will do you for the week. So
An Outlander.
Hello, sugar daddy. An Outlander.
Okay.
Stacey, your confession itself was actually fairly mild, but what you told me beforehand, I think you could do a decade of the rosary.
I technically mixed maths.
You mixed maths. You're on bunny. You didn't give it to the priest.
And you're going to have to...
You didn't even take to figure out what research.
Yeah, you weren't clever about that.
No, there was not.
Yeah.
I definitely think a full decade for you anyway.
And I think you need rosary beads because you need to go back to mass.
I need to be re-blessed.
Or baptised or something. I don't know.
Steep it.
Yeah. Get the devil out of it.
Yeah,
God.
absolutely.
I'd say now for that, girls, the whole lot to round it up, I'd give it about... I was good. I'd give it 2 heads bells.
2 heads bells, definitely.
Higher. Out of 3.
Okay. Okay.
For sure.
Well, let us know your confessions. Email us at...
Wait till I tell you. At gmail.com.
Or message us on Instagram.
Facebook. You'll find us everywhere.
Send us, a letter.
Oh my God, letter and post. The good old days.
Do you know?
The good old days.
That's it. Episode 1. How do we feel?
Episode 1.
How do you feel?
Very excited about getting it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited about getting it out there.
Yeah.
Do you know, because there's so many people over the last little while I've been like, so wait till I tell you what we're doing. And it just so happens that they're in the name of our podcast, Wait Till I Tell You, which came up from you, do you know? So yeah, there's people that I know that are looking forward to listening.
Yep.
So we hope we don't let you down.
Exactly.
And that you do actually enjoy the content that we're going to put out.
Yeah, definitely. I think once the debut is done, once the first episode is done, we just feel a little bit better about everything.
Yeah.
Just maybe even a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
It's like I remember last week with the mics, it was a bit like, I'm really excited to see what comes of it. I'm really excited because obviously we know what topics are coming up in the next few episodes.
Yes.
So I just think that when people listen to this, they'll be really excited to hear what's coming next.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. It's exciting. And we have a lot of exciting things coming up.
To cover and everything else.
Different topics, different segments, ideas. Creative brains have been flowing.
Oh,
shall we say.
Definitely. That's an understatement, I think. All I will say as well that once you watch this and you see that we do have our ick segment and we do have our confession corner segment, that please do reach out and let us know. Either give us an ick or give us an out confession.
Yeah, all anonymous as well. Like we're not going to be like, well, Jessie down the road now, this is what she told us. Like if you want to be anonymous, you just put anonymous. If you want us to name you, we will name you.
No problems, only solutions. That's an ick of Stacey's. So yeah, tune in, get involved. So guys, tune in next week. What we are going to be covering, growing up in the 90s. Lies our parents told us. Both of these ladies left and right of me are also parents. So we're going to find out what lies they're telling their current children. We also have a very special day that we want to bring some awareness to and to discuss Adelaine. Stacey, her little boy Matthew. We will be going into that in more depth next week. But MPS International Awareness Day is coming up. So on the next episode, when you're tuning in, you better be wearing purple. It's the national colour for this very, very important charity that we will be highlighting a lot throughout this podcast series. So definitely tune in for that. It's going to be very informative. Yeah. It's a hot topic. Obviously, it's something we discuss at length
ourselves
on the daily, really.
Pretty much, yeah.
But not everyone will be aware of it. So we will be covering that at length next week as well. Of course, your ick list and your confession corner is going to be a regular segment. So do pop us an email, send us a message, like, share, subscribe, all of the above. And we will see you next week. You don't have to go home, but you can stay here.